folks, and welcome to today's video, which is an unboxing video. So today I've got a double Gecko unboxing. So the first is a Build-A-Bot Gecko. So this is a self-assembly educational toy, and the other one is the Animagic Let's Go Gecko. The Build-A-Bot Gecko is for sale on Amazon at $14.99, and the Let's Go Gecko is available on Amazon for $23. And if after watching this video you decide to purchase either of these, I would be much obliged if you use the link in the description, as it helps the channel. So previously we unboxed this Let's Go bunny.
That's by Animagic as well, is it?
Yes, it's in the same line. It's got the same form of locomotion, got little pegs that comes out. Only I think the Gecko's got 4 pegs instead of 2 pegs.
Okay, so it should be quite good quality, because I remember that bunny is, I know some people don't think it does a lot, but it was a nice build quality.
Yeah, I find it highly amusing. So I'm going to be unboxing the Let's Go Gecko after the Build-A-Bot Gecko. I'm unboxing this one first, and I'm going to compare that with these other 2 build toys. So these were educational toys,
and those were a lot of fun as well.
Well, I put them together,
yeah,
and I think I learnt quite a bit when I put them together.
Yeah, I remember you did, yeah, from those kids' robotic ones, the hands and the eyes, yeah. I think I did as well.
I'll talk about that when I compare it with the Build-A-Bot Gecko after I put that together.
Right.
So it's got 10 plus pieces. It says ages 4 to 7 will need some help.
Okay.
But ages 8 to 12 should be able to do it by themselves.
Right.
I think that's pretty similar to the kids' robotics.
Is it? Because it looks simpler to me.
It does look simpler to me, yes. But I think it was the same guidelines on the kids' robotics.
Right.
And it comes with some glow stickers.
Ah, I always like glow-in-the-dark stuff.
Build me and watch me crawl. And it says it uses an easy click and create system. And on the back it just says, learn to build and personalise your very own robotic pet. So without further ado, let's get this out the box and put it together.
Nicely presented. Curious orange bit. Is that the bit with the motor in, maybe?
Yes, it is. It looks like a very small motor, doesn't it?
Ah, they've made it transparent so you can see what's going on
it looks like it's got button cells in it.
Oh, right.
I like the fact that it's transparent. That's good.
Yeah, so you can see the gears moving inside. That's a nice idea. It's a sort of backdrop for it, is it? To put it in when it's finished.
Yes.
I like that sort of thing.
That's really nice. You know, we've said before, more toys should include some little cardboard backdrop.
Yeah.
That you can put them in when you just got them on the shelf.
Yeah, so you're sort of displaying it for your own pleasure, really, aren't you?
I mean, it doesn't take much, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, it shows it off
That's
to
really
the
nice.
best benefit. Yeah, it is nice.
These must be our instructions and stickers.
Glow-in-the-dark stickers.
So the only writing on this is talking about how to change the batteries.
Yeah.
It just takes 2 LR44 batteries.
Those are the aspirin type ones, aren't they?
Button cells, yes.
Button cells, yeah. So it's all pictures. The assembly's all, instructions are all in pictures, and they're nice pictures as well.
So that's quite a bit different to the kids' robotics that have got quite detailed written instructions as well as diagrams. These are just diagrams. So we've got the 2 halves of the Gecko's head. Not sure which bit this is. We've got a tail. It looks like it could be the top of the head, possibly. Got our little motor there.
So that's the motor gearbox assembly complete with batteries.
And then we've got lots of little parts here like the legs. So we've only got 3 small components there. So that's basically all our parts for putting our gecko together.
Just a small handful.
So in the first diagram, we've got to use this component. So this bit goes through here, and then the hole goes over that bit there.
Right.
So next we want the 2 halves of the head. We've got 2 holes here.
Yeah.
And 2 locating pegs here.
Right. So that the gearbox snaps into that bit by locating in the pegs in the holes. Right.
On the other side we've got 2 pegs and 2 holes.
Right.
So what you found, Paul, was that you can't actually see properly to put these pegs in.
Into the second half. That's right, yeah.
So you've just got to line up the
2 halves of the shell.
Yeah.
So it is very fiddly to get together. Oh, there you go, it's going. But it is fiddly. It seems to be it.
Next we've got to put the tail together, and we've got to put a wheel in place. So put it in one side and then in the other, and then that was easy. That was easy to snap together.
Good, yeah.
And then we need this component, and we need to put that little wheel in there.
Yeah, I would suggest that clicks in by the look of it. But there's no instructions saying that.
Yeah, it does. It clicks in.
It clicks in, does it? That's right, Jude.
Then we take in this base component.
Yeah.
So here you've got to put these 2 protrusions through these 2 holes. I think that's it. Then next we're attaching the arms. It's the 2 legs. They've got 2 pieces coming out like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's this set of legs. So you've got to put this hole and this hole over these 2 protrusions here. And then the same with the other side. Okay, that's the front legs. And then the back legs have just got 1 hole. I didn't see this initially in the diagram, but it's actually pointing to that slot as well. It's got to go over the peg. So it goes over the peg like that.
That's got it. Yeah, that's got it.
Next we're putting the tail on. So because we can't get access to the protrusion in the middle to put the tail on, we're going to disassemble this. Paul's worked out what I did wrong. I put these legs the opposite way round, the wrong way round. So I put this leg on this side and this leg on this side. That's why there was no room in between them. So silly mistake on my part. So we'll try and put the tail on now. And finally, we've got the top of the back to put on. So it looks like it's telling you to make sure that the arrow is facing that way. And these 2 protrusions have got to go in these 2 holes. So that appears to be it. The final thing is putting the stickers on. So we'll try switching it on.
Okay.
So the on-off switch is right at the front here. So I've got him on material here, on fabric, and he can't move on that. So we'll put him on a hard flat surface.
Oh, it's pretty good on the flat surface. That's not bad, actually.
No, it's not a bad mechanism.
You do need it on a flat, shiny surface though, without ridges in. So maybe a polished wood floor, it would be okay. But it wouldn't be able to move on carpet.
Oh, not at all.
If you put it on a kitchen floor with tiles, it would probably get stuck in the ridges.
Yeah, it's not very powerful, is it?
No, it's a very low-powered mechanism.
So once put together, it's got quite nice action. On a flat surface, moves pretty well, doesn't it?
It's got a very nice action.
However, we have got some criticisms of this. I think one of the worst things about it is changing the batteries.
Yes, because the batteries will need changing with them only being LR44 button cells, so they're not going to last that long.
They'll not last long at all. I did see on Amazon, one of the reviews gave it a low review, and it was because the batteries and because it just takes 2 button cells. You can only play with it a few minutes and they run out.
Well, it depends how old the button cells are. In my experience, button cells that come with a lot of toys are not the best button cells.
But even if you buy new ones, 2 button cells. I don't think I've powered anything that's got moving parts with just 2 button cells. They will not last long at all.
No, they won't, you're right.
So you're going to be having to change the batteries frequently. But then, as you can see in this diagram, you've got to get access to the motor and gearbox.
So you've got to take your Gecko apart. You've got to disassemble your Gecko.
Every time you want to change the batteries.
Which might not be that easy because some of them are clicked together parts.
You've got to take all the stickers off as well, or else you won't be able to take those parts to get, like these have got stickers over here.
Oh, you've gone over the joins, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big drawback, that. You would have thought that you would have made it with a battery box.
With a door.
Yeah.
With a door that you can access. So that is a horrible situation. That you've got something that you frequently got to change your batteries. You've got to take the whole thing apart.
And take the stickers off.
To put the batteries
What did you think
in.
of the assembly experience?
Not much.
It was frustrating, wasn't it? I think maybe sharper eyes and more nimble fingers and hands would perform better, but...
I have to say, first of all, that most of the reviews on Amazon were positive. But out of the few negative reviews, one of the things that they said against it was that it was fiddly, and we found it tremendously fiddly.
Yeah.
Like certain parts went together really easy, like the tail. If it had all been like that, snapped really easily, that would have been fine. But putting the 2 pieces together for the head was awkward. And finally, a big part of this is putting the thing together. And it's supposed to be like a STEM toy. You're supposed to learn about about stuff, like engineering. And I didn't feel like I learned anything. The only thing I learned was when I made a mistake. It's like if you've got 2 parts and they might look very, very similar, make sure, you put them...
You've not transposed them.
Yes, you've not transposed them. And that is something that happens, doesn't it, when you build things?
It's learning experience from that point of view, yeah.
That's the only thing I learnt. Whereas with these kids' robotics kits, they took a lot more putting together. But I sat at the kitchen table myself and put them together, and you learnt a lot.
Yeah.
Because you were doing things like with the hand, you put all the gears together.
Yeah. And you had text and pictures, and the text was naming the parts.
It named the parts, so you learnt the names. You got familiar with things like axle, for instance.
Gear, worm gear.
Terminal. It was using sort of standard way of putting stuff together, so using screws and a screwdriver. And you learnt a principle with each one. So it did talk about, you had like a little write-up at the end. In the case of the head, it was talking about cams and how cams work. And in the case of the hand, it was mechanical programming. Yeah. So you can move the pegs to get different sequences.
That's right, that was very interesting, wasn't it?
the fingers. So those, I would say, are educational and you do learn something. To me, you don't learn anything or very, very little from this.
But I think once I saw it switched on and the action it had on a smooth surface, I thought it went up in my estimation a little bit.
However, if the positive is the end toy that you have, is it really that good? We're going to compare it with this Animagic, because here you buy in something as a toy, not a kit. So if you just want to get a kid a toy Gecko to play with, which is going to be best?
Yeah.
So let's have a quick look at the box before we unbox this. 50 plus lights and sounds, motorized movement, and as well as the yellow and pink that I've got, it also comes in a pink and blue version and in a green version. So here's our instructions. And here's our Gecko. Our instructions start with a diagram of the Gecko tech. Multicolour LED eyes. This is like the Let's Go Bunny. The Let's Go Bunny express different emotions with the different colours of its eyes. We've got touch sensor on the back of the head and an emoji blowing a heart, so must like to be stroked there. And we've got a push button on the back. Press once and it stops the Gecko. Press twice to change mode. And we can see here that the Gecko has a dance mode. And finally, we've got a touch sensor on the chest. Getting started. To start playing with me, insert batteries. I'll make sounds to confirm I'm ready to play. So this doesn't come with batteries. And it takes 2 AAA batteries. And the battery door is located underneath. And it makes a noise as soon as you put the batteries in. He's running along already. Seems to have quite a lot of personality. And he moves fine on this fabric. I have 2 modes of play. Play mode, which I'll be in when you power me up, and moving mode. In play mode, we're getting to know each other. I'll be nervous at first. So the pictures are showing the touch sensor on the back of the head being touched. Touch once to play. Touch twice to play music. And it looks like if you touch 3 times, it will show you some love. So we'll stroke it once. That's quite funny. Now we'll stroke it twice. And we'll stroke it 3 times. So that seemed to make it happy. Our emotions. We had this with the bunny. Got red is angry, white is happy, green is extra happy, Pink is loving. Blue is confused, it seems. Dark blue is sad. And yellow is happy. I show emotion with eye colour, sound and movement. I have 12 different sequences to discover. So I've turned the lights down so you can see the colour of his eyes, and his eyes are green at the moment. So he's happy. We had a little tinge of sadness there. Moving mode. In moving mode, I'll show off my running skills. Put your hands together and pet me once to get me started. I'll start off slowly and stop on every hand. So we've got a diagram here. To start walking, you pet them on the chest. Hand over hand, touch my tummy sensor so I keep walking. So you touch the chest to try and get them to come on your hand, and then you touch them on the chest again with your other hand to try and get them to come from one hand to another. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to get this to work.
So what have you got to do?
I've got to touch the chest to make it go on your hand. And then you could. That's hilarious. And it makes that funny little sound as well.
So it's giving you that sound as a warning to know that it's walking from one hand to the other.
Yeah, yeah. Oop.
Quite well done, that, isn't it?
That's hilarious. I would have loved that when I was a kid. Night, night. I'll call out several times for attention. Without play, after 60 seconds, I'll power down, say goodbye, and my eyes will fade out. To wake me, double press my back button. For instant power down, press and hold the back button for 5 seconds. So we'll just demonstrate powering down. You press and hold the button 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice and simple.
Yep. To turn on from power down, you press the back button twice. And 2 presses to start it up.
Nice and simple and clear again, yeah. Quite a character, isn't it?
Oh, it's a big character, yeah. So to see them both moving together, I'll have to have them on the plastic. Because this one will only move on a smooth flat surface. I do think this one's more entertaining.
Oh, it is, yeah, without question. Yeah, it's much more entertaining. I still like the moving action of this one, though. Very slithery. We're having a dance, are we?
It's a green one break dancing.
Got quite a bit of power behind it, that orange Gecko, hasn't it? Seems to go over most terrain.
So, marks out of 10. The orange and pink Gecko.
I'd give it 8.
I think I might give it 9 because it does everything that it's supposed to do, and it does it very well.
It does, yeah, it does. I'll stick with 8.
What about the green one?
I'd give it 4.
And I give it 4 as well. What do you think about the way this moves with the little
These little rotating pegs, it seems to work quite well, Jude, for both the Gecko and the Animagic rabbit as well. It gives an interesting motion. And yeah, the legs are not moving, they're just fixed and solid. But when you watching it skitter across the floor, you don't really think, oh, the legs are not moving. It's just got a good motion.
And though both the Animagic Let's Go toys work with these pegs, move along with these pegs, they've got quite a different action. So I'll switch them both on. It's much more of a hop, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That's a very different gait, isn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly not a hop. It's more of a, I don't know, it's got a bit of a swagger to it, I think.
Swagger. So the only thing we've not done is tested out the glow-in-the-dark stickers.
Right.
So do you have to put this under a light?
Yeah, they always work best if they've been exposed to a strong light for a few seconds. So I've got a nice strong torch in my hand here.
Okay. Oh, they're not bad, are they?
Not bad.
They're not bad. I wonder how long they'd keep the glow. What do you think?
It sort of decays pretty rapidly, the glow. But if you're in a darkened room and you've got a torch, or you're under the sheets and you've got a torch, you can you have a bit of fun.
They're not bad. So that concludes this unboxing and demonstration and review video on these two geckos. Hope you found that useful and entertaining to some degree. Thanks for watching as always, and hope to see you next time.